almost every bass player will tell you that the single most important player to them in the band is the drummer. And this is because the bass player and drummer form an intimate relationship called the rhythm section. And just like any other intimate relationship a person may have in life, such as marriage or pizza, a bass player's relationship with the drummer is either going to be in a magical land full of rainbows and unicorns, or it's going to be like you're living in the land of Fortnite and you're just going to try to kill each other all the time. And those are the ones I'm going to talk about in this episode, because talking about these isn't as entertaining. One time I was hosting a blues jam and a drummer shows up with a double kick pedal. Now there are two things you can almost guarantee when a drummer brings a double kick pedal to a blues jam. One, he comes from a heavy metal background, and two, he's going to use that damn pedal. I'm not sure why he thought this was a good idea. Maybe he was trying to start a mosh pit at a blues jam. You know, a bunch of older guys wearing Fender shirts beating the shit out of each other. Come to think of it, that's really not a bad idea. One time I was filling in with the band and the drummer was actually pretty good when we started. But as the night progressed and more empty beer bottles appeared behind the drummer, it got worse and worse. By the middle of the night, you could have taken the drum set away, put a clothes dryer on stage, fill it up with tennis shoes, and that was pretty much what I had to work with the rest of the night. Even though I'm used to electronic drums now, I remember the first time I gigged with a drummer that had them. He gets to the gig and he wants to know where he could set up his drum amp. To me, that was just weird, because I have never heard the words drum and amp used in the same sentence before. You might as well say acoustic guitar wah-wah or accordion solo. Now, this guy had just gotten these electronic drums, and he was still trying to figure out how to dial the sounds in. So while we're on stage playing a song, he thinks it's a good opportunity to start scrolling through his snare sounds. One time I played with a guy who had maybe 3 drums, but he had a bunch of cymbals. And because cymbals all sound different, every time he played, it sounded like he was ordering off of a Chinese food menu. And then? But this is nothing compared to the night that I call the night of the living drum clinic. The gig was on Friday, but this guy must have started setting up his drums on Tuesday. Because when I got to the gig, there were so many drums on stage, it looked like a percussion pawn shop. I mean, there's acoustic drums, there's electronic drums, there's things that kind of look like drums, and a bunch of cymbals. My shit's off to the side of the stage, the guitar player's duct taping his amp to the wall, and by golly, this guy's going to play every single one of those drums. Now, I was in one band that occasionally played the fart game on stage. You know, you just casually walk over to the guitar player, drop a little ass on him, and walk away. 2 songs later, the guitar player walks over to you and retaliates. Even the female singer would occasionally jump in on the action. But we're all mobile. If there's some ass on stage somewhere, you just go over to the other side of the stage. But the drummer doesn't have that luxury, and you can keep loading him up throughout the night. However, I made a huge miscalculation with a fill-in drummer one night. Now, this guy was built like a wrestler. I'm not talking about the 1990s and later wrestlers that are all cut and ripped. I'm talking about those big blobby 1970s guys. And this drummer's diet mainly consisted of fried chicken parts. That's right, not fried chicken parts. I'm talking about things that end in ARD, like gizzard and innard. Now, we all know each other pretty well, so I casually walk over to him with this big shit-eating grin on my face, and I drop a little ass. Huge mistake. See, what I didn't tell you about this guy is that he always brings a big giant box fan with him at every gig. And no sooner than I'm walking back to my side of the stage, he strategically places that fan and retaliates. And it's like that old classic episode of Star Trek with that big cloud creature that just engulfs you and sucks the life out of you. I mean, I'm coughing, I'm choking, my eyes turn into X's, and the worst part, the people on the dance floor all think I did it. I'm Rib13. Thanks for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and please be good to your drummers, especially the ones with the box fans.